Okay, so in the previous videos, we installed Flubaroo and I showed how the students would be able to see their scores. So now I'm going to show you how you can look at individual student data. So in your spreadsheet, down here at the bottom, there's student submissions, which is currently on the screen, and then there's a grades tab. When you click the grades tab, in the upper left-hand corner, it'll give you a summary of that Google form that you have given to your students. So first of all, it tells you how many possible points, what the average is, how many students have submitted it, and then the number of low scoring submissions. Within the add-on, Flubaroo, before you enable the auto grade, that if you wanted to look into it a little bit more, before you enable auto grade, there's some other options, one of them being advanced options. There you can set the threshold for low scoring submissions and regular submissions. So if you wanted to say anything below a 70 is low scoring, then it would populate and it would automatically calculate that. So as you can see down here, it has the timestamp, it has the username, first and last name, starting with the first name. These are all the fields that I created, so all the questions will be here. And then it gives you the total points. So again, as soon as a student takes the test, the quiz, and hits submit, it'll show up here and it'll automatically grade it. I have all of my students here. Then it has the times that they submitted it, obviously their percent. Did it email the grade? So an X should be there to show that it did email the grade if you wanted it to. And then it has actually every question here, and a number 1 meaning that it was worth 1 point and the student scored 1 point. If the student missed it, it would show a 0. Okay, so that's the basics of how you would be able to read the spreadsheet. A few other things to point out for individual students. Down here, Gabriella J. By the way, my students just made these names up. They took it, but they didn't submit their real name. They really enjoyed that, so that was fun. So Gabriella J., who's not a real student, she got a 3 out of 5, which was a 60%. So remember how I said earlier that you can decide the threshold of low scoring or regular? So I have it at 70%. So Gabriella got a 60, so it highlighted in red. Same down here with Elizabeth D. So very quickly you could see what students that are highlighted that needed help. Also over here, these 5 questions my students did well on, but if any question overall the students scored below a 70, it would be highlighted in orange, the entire column. So you can look very quickly and see the questions that your whole class did poorly on. Over here, at the very bottom, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, it'll tell you the percent that your class scored on those questions within the spreadsheet. Okay, so those are just some features that after you install Flubaroo, it creates this tab for you called grades, and those are some of the important features of the spreadsheet that will help you analyze the data and then be able to drive your instruction. Okay, so we have a few more videos here to talk about with Flubaroo coming up.